Hi guys, I am making a video for my Facebook group, Davide's Quest to Solve PSC. PSC is a rare autoimmune disease that affects the bile ducts inside the liver. I'm going to talk about an example of how I source oral vancomycin in Europe. This can be useful for PSC patients that are in Europe and that want to try the therapy. So these are the points I want to talk about. Oral vancomycin for PSC is experimental, so talk to your physician. This is what I recommend. As I said, this is my example. You can adapt it to your own case. It applies to European patients. Now, the brand of oral vancomycin I decided to go for is the Fresenius Kabi. It's one of the brands that has a positive track record. And this is the reason why I chose this brand. It's not a brand that is available in my country, Switzerland. So I had to source it outside. It is available in Denmark, for example, and it is available also in Romania, for example. These are, Romania is going to be cheaper and Denmark is going to be a bit more expensive. Now, who can prescribe it? Since I decided to source it from Denmark, it's in Denmark. If you want to, let's see, if you want to buy drugs in Denmark, you need a prescription from a physician that resides in actually any European country, and the prescription must include these details, and then they will accept the prescription. So in my case, I organized a prescription from an Italian physician that prescribed vancomycin to me for 3 months. That includes all these details, and it should be in English. You can see the link here. So with this prescription, you can go to Denmark and buy your medicine. So any physician from any EU country can prescribe you vancomycin. There are prescribing physicians also in Europe, not only in the USA. My physician in Switzerland prescribes it. Unfortunately, the prescription is not valid in Denmark because we are not in the EU. But there are physicians in the UK that I know of who prescribe vancomycin as well. Then where to source it, I talked about. I source it in Denmark, and it's a bit more expensive than Romania. These are the two countries I looked at, but because of because I was able to figure out that a prescription from any European country will be valid, I decided to go for Denmark. It's going to be around 600-700 euros per month for a 1.5 grams of vancomycin a day. So it's not exactly cheap, but I think the cost shouldn't be your primary decision point. So I can show you briefly the prescription. In Italy, they have specific prescription sheets. Now, because we had to include more details and to have it in English, we just prepare the piece of paper with the stamps from the physician, the details. I blurred out the details that are relevant to my case, that are about the physician. Details about of the physician. You can see here prescribed 3 months of 2 grams per day. I'm going to take less, and as you can see here, there's a brand specified, the form, the vial. It should be the vial because it's going to be pure. and the dosage I wrote 2 grams per day. He wrote 2 grams per day. Ingestion dissolved in water. So always work with a physician. If your physician doesn't want to prescribe you vancomycin, you can you can always work with another physician and then just inform your primary physician about the therapy you are trying and what you are doing. It just needs to be communication between the physicians. But I always recommend you talk to your supervising physicians about your plans before you start. Now, how do I proceed with sourcing vancomycin? What I do is I need to bring the prescription to the pharmacy, and then they arrange the drug for the next day. So I usually go there. I would go there to Denmark to the pharmacy, bring them the prescription, tell them I need a month worth of supply. So I would get 60 vials like this, and then they arrange 60 vials for the next day. I sleep there overnight. I work, and then the next day I go back to Switzerland. I pick the vials up and I pay for them, and I go back to Switzerland. I can bring a month worth of supply through the borders in Switzerland. So this is my strategy. You can do it for a few months. It's not ideal, but then you will know if it works, and you will also be able to convince maybe um, your own physician that previously wasn't interested in prescribing or against the trying vancomycin. So this is for people who want to take, let's say, responsibility for their own health. You're always allowed to do it. Yes, thank you for watching. I hope this helps someone.